Visa is an interesting stock to consider. The company has over 4 billion Visa cards outstanding, and nearly every merchant in the world, at least in the United States, accepts Visa as a payment method. And so, if you want access to that broad customer base as a merchant, you feel obligated to accept Visa as a payment method. But does Visa make a good investment? That's the question I'm going to answer in this video, looking at the company's longer-term performance history on critically important figures like revenue and cash flow and returns on invested capital. And then we'll take a look at my valuation of the company to determine if it's a good deal at the current market price. So looking back over the previous decade, you might be surprised to find out that Visa has grown revenue at a compounded annual rate of over 11.8%. from 2016 to the most recent trailing 12-month period. That's grown its revenue from 15 billion to 40 billion, more than doubling in that time. And the reason I said you might be surprised is because investors think of Visa as this sort of boring company that's not, doubling your money overnight. It's not some high-flying tech stock, but it is delivering excellent performance when you take a look under the hood. So not only has Visa grown its revenue nicely over the previous decade, what's more impressive about Visa's business are the profit metrics. And I'm going to look at a few of those. I'm going to look at return on invested capital first, where Visa has increased this figure from 13.7% in 2016 to 25% in the most recent period. That's more than twice its weighted average cost of capital, which I'll share with you a little later in the video. And a rule of thumb is that if a company's return on invested capital is greater than the weighted average cost of capital, it's adding shareholder wealth. Visa has a ROIC to WACC ratio of over 2-1. The next profit metric I wanted to share with you is its operating cash flow to sales ratio, which has improved from 37% to 57.6%. At 57.6%, Visa is one of the leaders of all of the companies I'm following, and I followed roughly 300 companies over the previous decade or so. Visa is among the leaders in operating cash flow to sales. Click the link below to watch the full video.